Okay, you guys, I forgot that I was gonna record that video for y'all, kind of breaking down everything about this whole freak out that's going on in humanity with the COVID-19 coronavirus or whatever. We're gonna start down here at the physical level. The physical level is the virus is not what it seems. I'm about 100% sure that I had the exact same thing when I look up the symptoms and stuff. Um, I see the exact same symptoms in the people that had coronavirus or whatever. But I went to hospital 3 different times and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. They were just like, oh, I don't know. And I got blood tested and everything. And I have a bunch of other friends who've had the same thing happen. And see, what this is connected to, the COVID is 100% directly connected to 5G. 5G was used as a weapon of war for many, many years. It's still used as crowd dispersion and stuff. They have these big, like, frequency generators and they shoot it at the crowd and it burns their skin and stuff. And they've proven that 5G gives you cancer, all kinds of fucked up shit. And then, whenever, literally, I've seen multiple pieces of paperwork showing where they had just started the 5G officially in China and a couple other places in here in October. And then in November or December or something like that, or maybe it was August whenever they started it, but a few months after they started it is when everybody started getting sick from COVID or whatever. We're literally being fried. This is like a silent war for what's that book, the Quiet Weapons for Silent Wars. It's the new age way of war, man. And think about this. Hong Kong was rioting for 6 months straight. This virus was proven. They actually, I can send you guys the patent that the US has on it. It's the United States that owns the patent to the COVID-19. And also the coronavirus is everything from the common cold to SARS to this strain. There's multiple different strains and it can be very much as simple as just a common cold. And what's happened is this one has been mutated in science labs, and they actually own a patent to it. But it was produced mostly in Wu something over in China. And surprisingly, after 6 months of riding and they couldn't get them off the streets, boom, all of a sudden they put up the 5G and all of this sickness starts happening and everybody starts freaking out. What's happening is we are having a literal full financial crisis breakdown in the world. It's been happening forever. We're using the fiat currency of the Federal Reserve. We're enslaved to the Federal Reserve 100%. And they pretty much own us through our birth certificate and the social security numbers and stuff. Like, it's easy to research. We literally have been used as chattel. We are the what do you call it? Oh, I lost train of thought. We're the collateral for the debt that is owed, the 20 something trillion dollars or whatever. We are actually used for collateral. I can prove to you, I can take your social security card and your birth certificate, and we can go look up the numbers on JP Morgan and Wells Fargo and stuff like that, and Fidelity. Fidelity is the best. You can go on Fidelity and pull up your personal profile, and it will literally show you how much you're worth. Every human is worth like millions of dollars, literally. And we have this trust account that we've been supposed to be able to prepay everything. We're not supposed. Americans aren't supposed to be paying for anything because they stole our gold in 1933. Like, this shit is deeper than anything, man. The entire world is changing. This year, after this, the world will never be the same. Sam's mom actually got fired for having an upper respiratory infection, and she worked for Crystal for over 40 years. And they fired her just because she had to miss a couple of days' work. And they were like, well, you're susceptible to it, and you can't work while you're sick, so we're firing you. Not laid off, fired permanently. And she's never had any problems there or anything. She's like a great worker and everything. She's a general manager. But that's on the physical realm, man. The entire society is about to break down 100%. So you need to prepare, and don't fear it though. But like, this change needs to happen. We're gonna be in a much beautiful place if you put your consciousness somewhere, thinking of the dark stuff and the FEMA camps and the martial law and all that shit. If you focus on the darkness of it, you're gonna manifest that shit more in your life. Focus on the fact that shit is changing and the entire world is about to be completely different. The financial system, they don't even know what to do about all these people losing work and stuff from restaurants and shit. People are going to be losing their houses. I mean, chaos is about to be chaos is unleashed on the earth right now. We're in World War III 100%. And that's why Trump keeps going on TV saying shit like the Chinese virus and the Kung flu and stuff, like poking at China, but they're all working together, dude. The global elite, New World Order has got a stranglehold on the world, and the great thing is we're gonna get out of it. Like, we're gonna push through. We're having an ascension, man. We're breaking through. They're just holding on by their last strings and pulling all their last cards. That's why everything is getting really chaotic, because they're getting to their last hope type shit. And we're about to see military in the streets and all kinds of crazy shit, y'all. So we need to prepare spiritually. But we're gonna move on up the ladder to spiritually. What does this mean spiritually? Okay, the coronavirus. Think about this. Corona. What does corona mean? Corona in Spanish means crown. Crown chakra. And also, what else does the corona mean? The corona is the outside part of the atmosphere of the sun. The flares and stuff that come off of the sun that you can see when there's a eclipse. But normally you can't see it as well. Unless you sun gaze a lot, then you can see it all the time. But corona of the sun is that energy being emitted from the sun. The sun is the portal into this world. The sun is where all life comes from. It's where our spirits enter through to be birthed into this world. We come through the sun and then into the moon and then down to earth, our spirits. So what does this mean? This means that we are connecting with our higher self on an extreme level. So you're going to be having ascension symptoms. That's probably why everybody's having a little sickness here, or emotional breakdowns, all kinds of things that you could consider bad, like sickness or just stress, relapse, like all kinds of random things. But that's what it's looking at spiritually, is the corona, the crown. We are connecting with our higher self in the sun. And the frequency is raising. The sun is getting closer and closer. That's why they keep spraying the skies with chemtrails. And another thing, besides the 5G that is affecting everybody, is the chemtrails. They even said this before. If you go to Harvard University's website and look up Solar Shield, it's a program they've been doing for the past few years, where they've been blanketing the sky with chemicals. And the dude that runs the thing, damn, what's his name? I can't think of his name right off. But he's from Harvard University, and he is the main dude that's running the program, Solar Shield. And he came on many different shows and said, we're spraying sulfuric acid in the skies. We're spraying strong damn, I can't even think of all the other shit. But all the other shit was stuff that we already knew that the chemtrails would be spraying. They just finally came out in the open and admitted it. So the spraying of the skies, that adds into the physical part. That and 5G is what, and the common cold is what's causing these deaths. And it's nothing bad. Like, think about this. It's a big reason that they have this type of shit going on is because they want to get rid of as many like old people as they can, because that's the most susceptible people. And Social Security is failing and stuff. The entire economy is failing. They're trying to get rid of as many people as they can. This is population control 100%. But back to the spiritual part. We are connecting with the sun and with our divine self at the highest levels that we ever have. And we just need to stay grounded, follow our practice heavily, more now than ever. We need to be on our shit. Mind your P's and Q's. Do everything you can to be extremely healthy and spiritually connected. Make sure you're meditating and being healthy with drinking lots of water and staying hydrated and breath work and sun gazing and grounding yourself on the earth as much as you can. That's like very important shit. But we're gonna raise on up to the last level, which is the mental level. What is this mentally? What is this saying mentally? Well, there's two different worlds here. There's the artificial matrix that the New World Order has created to imprison us, and then there's the divine matrix. The divine matrix is nature. And what this is doing to us mentally, that's why anybody that's watching TV and watching the news and shit like that's why you're in fear and freaking out about this virus, because they are programming you to. The news and TV and all the media has been lying to us for so long. You can't trust anything that they say. They're trying to come out with these mandatory vaccines where you're not going to be able to deny it, which I am going to deny it. It's against my spiritual practice for me to have them stabbing needles in me, and it will not happen. They're just going to have to lock me up straight up. But I don't think a lot of people's going to be putting up with that. But they're already starting to do that. They're already starting to bring the military out into the streets. Shit's getting crazy. So mentally, if you're focused on this physical world and the TV and the news and all the fear mongering, the fear porn that they're putting out, you're going to be leaning in. When this world splits, because we're having a great split, you may end up on the world where it's pure chaos. So you need to be focusing on the spiritual world, the nature, yourself. Go within. You need to be staying grounded. Do not pay attention to all this shit. You have to be aware of what's going on, but don't watch the news. Don't watch TV. Don't take anything for face value that comes off of CBS or NBC or Fox or none of them. Get your information from underground sources where they're actually doing real investigations and they're not controlled by the 6 main corporations that run all the companies. So that's where, with the mental part, you have to stay away from the programming, because they program you with fear. Fear causes anxiety and stress. That right there has been proven to kill you. Stress can kill you, and it will lower your immune system. It'll make you more susceptible to catch anything. But we should be more worried about the flu than we are this. This shit hasn't killed nearly as many people as the flu has. Last year, the flu killed like 50 or 60,000 people in America. And this year, I don't know the exact numbers in America, but it's nothing compared to what they're saying. The numbers that I was looking up, that shit is crazy. These motherfuckers are lying. The entire system is about to crumble down, so we need to prepare to build a new system. We have to build it together, though. We have to come together. Go within. Just know that this is a great time. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear but fear itself, actually. So, just remember that we got this shit. We're going to make it through it. There's different things that have been proven. If anybody's afraid they got any type of sickness or anything like that, hit me up and I'll teach you this method that I learned that was written about and proven that you can get rid of any type of virus or anything like that with a hair dryer or with going to a sauna for real hot air. That's why all these viruses and stuff die in the summer and they are great in the winter, is because they thrive in colder environments. And once the air gets so hot, the virus just pretty much ends. You know what I'm saying? And then it comes back the next year. It goes dormant. But you can use a hair dryer literally up to your nose and just breathing it into your sinuses and stuff, and you can get rid of this. And also having real actual salt, like sea salt, that right there also makes it where it's nearly impossible for the virus to take hold. But a lot of this is affected by other shit. Like I said, the chemtrails, the 5G, just the regular old cold virus that's been going around, a different strain. It's just like a combo of shit. They're hitting us with everything: biological warfare, psychological warfare, because that's another part of the mental, the psychological warfare that's going on, because they're brainwashing every fucking body, and almost everybody's asleep. I'm glad that people will be listening to this. I know y'all are awake. And if not, welcome. You can subscribe to my channel. I love you all. Send you all many blessings. Namaste.